the hold at T-minus 440. We're in the hold time. We're in the go. And if you want to go ahead and use the pre-plan.
DLH, let's go to manual mode and try to dial in the lead delta V, please.
If this is the right time, can you break down what we just heard?
So they're moving into some final sequencing. Obviously, you can see on the flame bucket, they've now initiated max water flow into that flame bucket, so you'll be seeing a lot more mist coming from that flame bucket.
We do have 2 minutes 35 seconds for the hold, so
it looks like you need to come down.
So we are 2 minutes 35 seconds on the before the 1 minute and 40 hold, from what I understand. So obviously that 1 minute 40 hold will be the last little bit.
The hold timer.
Before we do start up the engine, so it's very exciting.
You're getting excited. I can hear everyone around us getting excited. This is great. And what we're going to make sure we do is we have to make sure we're all being safe here.
Reset that whenever you get ready. We are at 1 minute and 30 seconds in the hold timer.
Okay, if you're in the band, go ahead and reset MPS 17, please.
So we're going to go ahead and take a step back. We're going to put our ear protection on. So we'll be moving into internal power. And again, putting our ear protection on, listening in from here on out, and observing this major milestone on America's return to the moon with Artemis.
Enable the sequencer.
Sequencer activated. Resume and count on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark.
And we're counting down. The sequencer is counting. Coming up on T-minus 4 minutes on my mark. Mark. And T-minus 3 minutes on my mark. Mark. Coming up in T-minus 2 minutes on my mark. Mark. Come up on T-minus 130. Mark. Coming up in T-minus 1 minute on my mark. Mark. If, for all personnel, report that you're ready to go. PEA.
Go.
AEA. HEA.
Go.
REA.
Go.
NTC. We're go. All right, we're in ALS. Okay, launch your engine start. And we're in the plus count. Engine start. We're in the plus count. Call for south, please continue to monitor your system. And grass is in control. All right, plus 25 seconds.
DDRA, we did get an MCF on engine 4.
Copy that, but we're still running. Still got 4 good engines, right? Got that. It passes through 60 plus 60 seconds. Get into our first gimbal profile.
BTD's
Okay.
CCC violation, correct?
And we got a shutdown. Yeah, all personnel. Shutdown looks like let's all go to page 656. Page 656, please. Yeah, all personnel, it's going to be post-hot fired or shutdown securing operations on page 656.
BTD, I need you to verify with the engine guy.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Shutdown standby.
Yeah, all personnel, that does take us to the last page there on page 632. AR1, if you would, on step 4.241, please verify first stage engine 1s and 4 have shut down for that step, and we have a safe engine shutdown.
We are in post-shutdown standby, engines 1 through 4.
We just saw the core stage of SLS fire up. Of course, we also heard some test conductor come in, so we want to go straight to Alex. Alex, can you please describe to us, first of all, what we saw and then what we heard?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we had a very successful initiation of the engines. The beginning of our thrust profile there when we were firing for the first minute or so, we obviously were getting some really good data coming through. But like we said earlier, this is a test. We have test commit criteria and we have certain boundaries that we have to keep all the operations under. So, we really are trying to make sure that everything's operating properly and safely. So, the test team was kind of seeing some data that they might not like. And so obviously, our engines were shut down ahead of the 8-minute scheduled time frame. But we do have a lot of good data to go look at. And hopefully, we can move on from here and maybe get, see what's going to go on further. So
I was looking at your face when that started lighting up, and that was incredible. We saw the cloud forming. We both saw rainbows just forming right over our side. Just how did it feel in those first few seconds? Yeah,
it's amazing. It never really gets old, that feeling that you get, in your chest, or, seeing, just how powerful those rockets are when they're testing. So obviously, it was an awesome thing to see, and, I can't wait to get the core stage to Kennedy and get ready for launch.
And you told us, over 8 minutes we might have had tons and tons, terabytes worth of data, but we already have data just from right now. What are they going to do with that right away?
Right, and so just like all of our other green run tests, we have teams that are going to go and break down that data and kind of see what we're seeing in our profiles, right? And so that all goes into the profile that we'll use for launch eventually at Kennedy. So obviously there's a lot of things to look at the data. We kind of talked about over the span of our green run testing, we have roughly 800 terabytes of data, and that's a lot of data. We're talking about it's hard to grasp how much data that is. So we'll obviously take the time to dig through everything, and then obviously have a path forward from there.
And I know it happened really fast, but can you tell us what the people were talking about that we could hear from the test conductor in that audio?
Right. So after we did engine initiation, they're kind of going through and monitoring everything, right? So